Yeah, I'm at 7203 English Drive in Newtown, Cincinnati, Ohio, doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. This is a condo. This is the very bottom level of a condo. And so the line comes out the far end of the building, and there's a clean out, a two-way clean out outside. You can see here is the clean out. And we're going to try to go back into the house, into the building, go underneath the whole thing, and we'll go as far as we can upstream. We're just checking for this main line to make sure that it is fully functional. We're looking for any structural issues, you know, root intrusion, basically anything that would be of concern to the buyer. And there we go. So we were able to go upstream first, and so we're going back into the building. And there should be PVC underneath the entire building, but you'll see multiple tie-ins. We'll be going under multiple units before we get all the way back to that unit. But of course, with the placement of the unit that is being bought, you want to make sure that this line is in good shape, because if it backs up, it would back up on the high end. It would back up into, could possibly back up into that unit. So we have a little bit of goo on the camera here, so we're going to have to get some of this stuff out of here. I may have to put a little standoff on the camera, although I think there's just something on the front of the camera here. And so yeah, it just looks like the line is in use right now, and if you watch, it will kind of fluctuate depending on how much water is going through it. But with multiple units hooked up to the same line, it does kind of make it hard sometimes to see. So we just want to go back as far as possible. And there's some laundry soap. And so we're going to push as far as we can, and that should tell us around where we are. Make sure that we're all the way back into that far unit. Alright, I think that I'm all the way out. I'm yes, right where it turns up. So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to go check to see where I am physically, where the camera is, and it should let us know if we're already on the high end of the unit. Alright, we are as far as we can get upstream. Let's see if I can get it to, yeah, I'm going straight up. Okay, so that's the very end of the line on the interior of the, I'm going to turn the locator off. That way, hopefully we can see a little bit better on the way back. Maybe some of the water has stopped flowing, but I didn't see any structural issues. But of course, there's always a lot of usage when you have multiple units on one line. So see, that camera lens is only about a ½ an inch off the bottom of the pipe, and so with all the water in there, you can see it flashing, but then all it takes is a little bit of stuff in the line. You can see that's where a line comes in. So as long as we don't have a whole lot of flow, we should be able to see as we pull back. You can see the connections from above. As they come down, they'll have independent lines drop in. So this is obviously a lot better already. As far as, yeah, there was some soap. It's always frustrating because now you can't see anything from about 70 feet. So I am probably going to have to put a standoff on this because we probably hit somewhere that was using a bunch of water. Let's see. So you can see the water coming towards us. So I can hear the water running down through the pipe. And so I am going to go ahead and pull out and try to put a standoff on the camera so we can see in those areas better. But it looks to me like everything is fully functional with no issues. And plus, if we got out to this far, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and go downstream also and see if we can see how far down it goes. See if we can find where the shared main is. It looks like there is a Y-in right here to the right, and that may actually be the beginning of the main, where it just goes out and picks up, has the other line come, the other building come in and start. But we'll push out and we'll see how this is, being that this color difference usually means, and it looks like an 8-inch pipe instead of a 6. So I believe that was just the beginning of the sewer main in the area. So we'll go ahead and push out a little bit and just get a look at it. Yeah, this has got to be the main. Good news is it doesn't look bad at all, but we'll go ahead and everything looks good. Yeah, there's a tie-in right around in here. You can kind of see it right there up to the left. Let's see if I can push through this a little bit. Makes it even harder because the camera is so little. For the bigger the pipe, the more water it's going to carry. So yeah. So we made a turn. So, yeah, this is the main right in through here where that turn was. Yep, that was a tie-in right there. So this is the main. So we'll go ahead and pull back out of here. Everything looks really good though. I haven't found any defects at all. I know I'm moving pretty fast on this one just because this obviously isn't the responsibility of the homeowner, so we're getting a look just to check it, but the homeowner would not be responsible for anything beyond their unit. And so most of the stuff we even looked at in the going upstream would be the responsibility of the homeowners association. That would be something I would check with them with also, just to see where their responsibility begins. Yep, here's the end of the line. And then as we pull back, we're immediately in the clean out. So I'm going to pull back. I'm going to put a little standoff on the camera, and that way we can hopefully go forward and hold the camera up out of the line a little bit, out of the water, and we'll be able to tell a little bit more. Hopefully they're not running too much water. So I'm going to pause the video and put that on there. Alright. So now we have the little attachment on there. So go down, make sure that it's going to fit going upstream. Camera fell over. And there we go. So now we should be able to keep the camera up out of the water. something on the front of the camera. Toilet paper or something. See, now this is holding more water than it was before with all the... I think they're running water down there now. Oh, yeah, this is where the line reduces to the unit. I forgot about that. They've been definitely running some water because this didn't have any water in it before. So, yep, that is the last unit tie-in. There and there. And so, let's see how quickly some of these tie-ins come in. But everything looked good. Didn't see anything. Said it does carry a lot of water, but all the tie-ins come in from above, which is good. There's no Y-ends. From the sides, and you can see all these connections as they come through under the units. And so we are way beyond 7203. And looks good. Splash is splashing around in there. I think somebody started running water. You saw it start splashing before I stopped. Well, we can tell that the line is fully functional and that there's no issues with the line, especially in the unit that is owned by the, especially not in 7203. That line all looked really good, and all the rest of this stuff is would be the responsibility of the homeowners association. Right at the end again. And we are out of the, clean off the camera here. And we're out of the line. So, the line looked good. I didn't see anything of any concern, especially not in the unit on the very high end of this. So the good news is you are also at the very beginning of the line, and so it exits the unit really fast. There's only a few feet that are actually inside your unit. Anything past that point is going to be either on the responsibility of the neighboring unit or the homeowners association. But all the stuff that I saw there, the line is fully functional, no structural issues at all, and so nothing to really report. So that'll end the inspection at 7203 English Drive in Newtown, Cincinnati, Ohio.